Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new box office breakdown show here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinnerberg. Today, we're breaking down the box office of this past domestic weekend, which was August 11th to the 13th. We're also going to look at the 2023 domestic and worldwide numbers, as well as looking ahead to the upcoming week. Welcome back to Max Talks Movies. If you're new to the channel, smash that subscribe button and ring that bell to be notified when my new videos drop here on the channel. I do this show every single Monday. I also do other movie reviews, TV show reviews, and movie rankings. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new. Comment down below. What did you see this past weekend? What did you see this upcoming weekend? What are your predictions for Blue Beetle? Can Barbie become the biggest movie of the year? Let me know all your thoughts in the comment section down below. I do respond to every single comment, so please comment, have a fun chat in the comment section down below. And also, please like the video, the thumbs up button. That's how you support this channel. Helps the algorithm out so more people can be recommended to this video. So let's get into this past weekend's domestic box office, which is really North America, Canada, and the United States, from August 11th to August 13th. And still in first place for the fourth consecutive weekend is Barbie. Only drops 36%, has not lost any theaters, it says here on the statistic. 33.8 million in its fourth weekend, now up to 526 domestically, which is second biggest movie of the year here in North America. Again, this is in a huge mega hit, and I feel like I'm going to keep saying the same things every week for this movie. But these are big hits for Greta Gerwig, for Margot Robbie, for Ryan Gosling. Obviously, the whole cast, really those big three. And it's kind of unfortunate that Gerwig, I guess, I'm very excited for Greta Gerwig's take on Narnia, but it kind of, because she has a 2-movie deal now, seems like that is what she'll be focused on. So I don't know when the next time we'll see Greta Gerwig have a movie hit the marketplace in a major way. But for Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling, hopefully this, as I said, bolsters them into movie star territories. Both of them have just struggled their entire careers of being a lead actor in Hollywood and putting butts in seats in that way. Not knocking their acting, of course. They're one of my, especially both of them, just excellent actors. And one of my favorite actors working today, both of them. But from a business point of view, they have not been the most reliable lead actors in Hollywood. So from a box office point of view. So hopefully this changes things for both of them. Also, as I said, throughout this last couple of weeks, August is not a big month. It's probably the biggest, I guess. Hopefully it is the biggest weekend of August box office. There are movies hitting theaters in the next the last 2 weekends of August, but nothing major. So Barbie could be running at #1 for a bit here at the domestic box office. Its compatriot Oppenheimer is #2 this week in its fourth weekend, only dropping 35%. 18.8 million for Oppenheimer. It actually gained 150 theaters this past weekend. It is now up to 264.2. Oppenheimer is, again, could be probably one of his biggest not Batman films of his career. I think it's going to even make more money than Inception. This is a huge win again for Universal and for Chris Nolan in particular. But obviously Universal, they obviously got the luckily of the timing of it, of Nolan leaving Warner Brothers to go to Universal. Now everyone is predicting what Nolan will do next. He's not announced it. He's done his last 2 films have been, he kind of goes back and forth between original and doc as of late. So he's been doing Oppenheimer. They did Tenet before, Dunkirk before that. So we'll see what he chooses next. Obviously, everyone wants him to be the new director of Bond. If I was them, I would definitely go for it because Bond has never really touched the type of money that Nolan has been making for the last 20 years. So we'll see if they do that. But overall, a big win. Also very interesting to see how Cillian Murphy bounces back, continues his career post-Oppenheimer. And it's definitely true, Nolan is definitely the majority of the reason why this box office is this successful. We'll see if there's a big studio out there, maybe it's even Universal, that wants Cillian Murphy to star in their movie, and we'll see how that does. So let's see what happens for him also post-Oppenheimer. In third place, jumping up a spot in this past weekend, was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem in its second weekend from Paramount. It did only drop 45%, so $15.2 million for Ninja Turtles. It gained 92 theaters. It's now up to 72.3. So as of now, there's a really good chance that this movie will cross the $100 million mark. We'll see, though. Paramount did already greenlight both a sequel movie and a TV series on Paramount Plus that's going to be connective tissue from the first movie to the second movie. But again, a lot of studios love to say that before their movie comes out to get people into the theater so they don't miss the train or don't miss the boat on the excitement. If this movie doesn't do enough for Paramount's liking, maybe they won't move on with this franchise, but not a huge drop. There's no real animated movies. There's actually not a lot of animated movies in the marketplace anytime soon, and September is crowded with horror movies. So we'll see if the legs, I think, will be there for this movie due to its being the only family film or the main family film, main animated film that will be in the marketplace for a while. So I think there will be good legs for Mutant Mayhem. Dropping a spot this weekend from 3 to 4 is Meg 2: The Trench from Warner Brothers. 12.8 million in its second weekend. It dipped 57%. It gained 100 theaters here domestically. It's up to 54.2 million. This movie is dominating, though, internationally. Jason Statham and really this franchise has become a mega hit internationally. I think sometimes you look at people, especially news sites or just casual people, just look at the box office just from the domestic to deem a movie a success. And sometimes you can do that. But with Meg 2, this movie's done over $200 million now internationally. So it's going to make its money back for Warner Brothers Discovery. I think it will play very well on the digital PVOD market. And then I think it will probably do pretty well when it finally hits Max months from now. But while it's not doing great here domestically, it is doing very good internationally. So we'll see if Warner Bros. Would like to make another one with Jason Statham. And finish out the top 5 is the only new movie to hit the theaters this past weekend, which was Last Voyage of the Demeter from Universal. So 2 Universal films and 2 Warner Brothers films in the top 5 this past weekend. But Last Voyage only made $6.5 million. This past weekend, it was supposed to open against Gran Turismo. But Gran Turismo did move to August 25th, which is not this upcoming weekend, but the following weekend to have its own spot at the box office. And it opened up a spot where Last Voyage was the only major movie hitting theaters this past weekend, and did not look like anyone was interested in it. Universal has had a great track record really the last 18 months with kind of B-level but original films. You've seen like Renfield, Megan, that David Harbour Santa movie. Those type of movies do really Cocaine Bear do really good at the box office for Universal. But this was a big swing and a miss, which I think is really a big shame for Corey Hawkins, who's the star of this movie, who's really struggled to get in that lead role since really Straight Outta Compton, which is even more of an ensemble. But he great actor, love Corey Hawkins, but this is just not a good look for anyone in this project. The budget was only $45 million for this movie. So it really only needs to make technically around $90 to $100 million domestic or even worldwide just to break even. The Universal didn't put a lot of faith in it with only $45 million. But this is really bad opening for Last Voyage of the Demeter. Only movie in the top 5 not to gross at least $10 million. When we look at overall this year, 2023 domestic, Super Mario, so the biggest movie of the year, 574.2. Barbie, as I said, is number 2 with 526.4. So we'll see. Needs another around $48 million domestically for Barbie to be the biggest movie of the year here domestically. We'll see. I think there's a very good chance. I think Barbie has a better chance of overtaking Super Mario domestically than it does worldwide. We'll get into that in a second. Across the Spider-Verse is at number 3 with 380 domestic, followed by Guardians of the Galaxy at 358, Little Mermaid at number 5 at 297. Oppenheimer does move up to number 6 at 264. So Oppenheimer's $33 million domestic to overtake Little Mermaid. We'll see that if it can get into the top 5 domestic this year. That does seem like a lot, but again, not a lot's coming out. But Oppenheimer need another $33 million to get into the top 5 domestic this year. Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania is at number 7 with 214. John Wick Chapter 4 is number 8 with 187. Sound of Freedom by $220,000 passes Indiana Jones and A Dial of Destiny for number 10. It is crazy to think that Sound of Freedom made more money domestic so far than Indiana Jones 5 and Mission Impossible 7 and Transformers. So again, it's a win for that movie. Let's go on to the worldwide numbers, where Super Mario's at $1.35 billion to Barbie's $1.1 billion. 1.18 billion. So it does need a lot more money. And I think it's going to be stretching it if Barbie can get to become the biggest movie of the year. Right now, the difference is much bigger overseas than it is here. As it's around $48 million difference domestically for Super Mario in the lead. But internationally, Super Mario has made 104 million more than Barbie internationally. So that's kind of where the thing needs to at least go down a bit for Barbie to have a chance. So Super Mario has it pretty good, comfortably enough, I would say, domestically, but really comfortable internationally, which leads me to believe that Super Mario should still remain the biggest movie of the year. Again, this is Universal and Warner Brothers Discovery going up against each other. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is number 3 worldwide with 845. Fast X is at number 4 with 719 worldwide. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse is now into the top 5 worldwide this year with $683 million. Big win for that movie. It just dropped on digital and it's doing very well there. So even though it's not on the release schedule right now for next year, Sony will definitely look to get that done as quickly as possible. Moving forward, Oppenheimer does jump to number 7 now worldwide, 648. There is a Chinese film that is $32 million ahead of it at $35 million ahead of it right now. So Oppenheimer should at least get to number 6. Spider-Verse is at 683, which is around like $40 more million. So Oppenheimer has a good chance to get into the top 5 worldwide this year. Little Mermaid's number 9 with 563. And even though it's not doing great domestically, Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is, again, very much getting carried by the international box office. It's at number 10. 522 million for Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It's made, as I said, 159 domestically, but it's made 362 internationally. So while it's definitely not doing better than, again, Sound of Freedom domestically or even Indiana Jones, it's behind Indiana Jones domestically. It's 6 spots ahead of Indiana Jones worldwide. So again, you got to look at the complete picture, and Mission Impossible and The Meg, for example, are good examples of international really driving up their respective box offices. This is a big week, a big test at the box office upcoming weekend, as Blue Beetle, the 3rd DC film of the year, is coming out this upcoming weekend. Very good reviews are coming out, but it's been basically told and predicted for at least a month now that Blue Beetle will be a disastrous bomb for DC. They've had 2 big swings and misses this year at the box office, both Shazam! Fury of the Gods and The Flash. And even though James Gunn has said publicly that Blue Beetle is the first character that you'll see on the big screen that he will use for his DCU, is that enough of an incentive for people to go see this movie in theater? This is going to be a fascinating box office weekend. And after Barbie has just dominated things for Warner Brothers Discovery, it seems like DC could be bringing things down. And also Universal has another one of their fun B movies hitting theaters this upcoming weekend, as Strays, the talking dog movie with Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx, that's also hitting theaters this upcoming weekend. So what are your thoughts on the box office? A lot of things to break down. Love talking on this box office. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Like the video, subscribe, ring the bell. This upcoming week, tons of videos. I'll be back watching The After Party, back week to week with another review of their newest episode this upcoming week. We'll also do my review of Blue Beetle. Will be up either Thursday or Friday this week, and possibly Strays as well. So more reviews will come to the channel soon. Also, there's Netflix animated film coming out this weekend. This past weekend, I reviewed Heart of Stone, the new Netflix film. So please check out all my videos, and I'll see you guys.